Jeffrey Dahmer was an American serial killer who murdered 17 males from 1978 to 1991. The nature of his crimes were especially taboo and gruesome as they involved cannibalism and necrophilia. He also preserved body parts of his victims, including their head, genitalia, and skeleton. In 1992, Dahmer was sentenced to life in prison, but was killed 2 years later by another inmate. Jeffrey Dahmer was born May 21, 1960 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He shares his birthday with Godier, Notorious B.I.G., Brianna Banks, Noel Fielding, and Mr. T. His Chinese zodiac sign is Metal Rat, and his birth path is number 6. This is Jeffrey Dahmer's astrology chart. His chart pattern most closely resembles the splay. Astrologers believe people with this chart pattern are very individualistic and refuse to be regimented by other people's rules or conventions. He or she tends to have unusual tastes and interests and will follow those dictates and no one else's. Now, let's look at the significant parts of Jeffrey Dahmer's chart and what they might reveal about his personality.
1. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Dahmer's rising sign is Libra. Libra ascendants project a persona that is charming, friendly, and harmonious. Polite and well-mannered, they tend to get along well with others and may even garner popularity and status among their peers. Their sense of style is often tasteful, fashionable, or attractive. They pay special attention to their appearance and behavior. Neptune in Scorpio occupying the first house suggests elements of falseness, deception, and manipulation that colors the image one presents to the world. The public persona of such an individual may very much be a mask that is intensely different from their true nature. Moreover, with Neptune sextile Pluto, not only is there a desire to control and manipulate other people's perception of them, but there is also a strong talent or aptitude for doing so. 2. An urge for aggression. In Dahmer's chart, Mars is in its sign of dominion, Aries. This indicates a capacity for aggression and plenty of motivation to pursue whatever it is he desired. People with Mars in Aries have strong impulses that can be difficult to tame or control. This quality can get them into a lot of trouble, but it can also drive them towards success. With Mars sextile Mercury but square Jupiter, ambitious actions will be aided by communication skills and applied knowledge. But ultimately, greed and carelessness will often thwart or undermine their efforts. With this configuration, a lack of moderation or discipline threatens to work against them sooner or later, not to mention bad karma. For them, too much freedom can be a bad thing as they need certain boundaries and constraints to keep their powerful urges from running rampant. 3. Troubled relations. Jeffrey Dahmer also has his moon in Aries, which indicates an inner restlessness and highly reactive or volatile emotional nature. Individuals with Aries moon are candid about what they feel and tend to wear their heart on their sleeve. However, with his moon opposite his ascendant, there is tension between his inner feelings and the external image he wants to present to the world. In addition to that, his moon is square with Saturn and is mid-heaven. This indicates emotional struggles involving isolation or loneliness and trying to integrate or fit in with the outside world. The content or nature of inner feelings may severely hamper or limit the level of success achieved in life. All this takes place in his 7th house, the house of relationships. With Uranus trine his moon, the nature of his partnerships, both romantic and platonic, are likely to be unconventional by society's standards. 4. A stellium in the house of death and rebirth. Jeffrey Dahmer's sun sign is Gemini, but he was born on the Taurus/Gemini cusp, known as the cusp of energy. Individuals born on this cusp are Geminis with Taurus tendencies. This may include a stubborn streak and a practical interest in making money and acquiring resources. His sun is conjunct with Mercury and Venus, indicating that much of his focus and attention is on things like art, love, and sensual pleasures. His thoughts and interests are likely preoccupied with the pursuit of these things and also discussing them with others. However, what's more interesting is that Dahmer's Sun, Venus, and Mercury are all in the 8th house. This house represents death, taboos, accidents, debts, and crisis. Planets occupying this house are subject to the darker aspects of life and human psychology. Because Dahmer has a stellium here, there's a lot of energy and emphasis being directed into this area of his life. Although this is by no means an astrological mark of a killer or evil person, this would certainly indicate a fateful preoccupation or entanglement with dangerous, disturbing, or transformative experiences. With his Sun and Mercury in this house and both square with Pluto, there is a potentially dangerous or troubling fixation with interests of a dark or taboo nature. This placement suggests a desire for power or control being part of his psychological makeup. In other cases, it may just indicate an otherwise benign and intellectual fascination with the occult and the macabre. In any case, such a placement may signify an inherent attraction to power and deep psychological insight, perhaps to wield as tools of control over others. The capacity for violence is also mingled with love and curiosity. The things in which such an individual is curious about could very well lead to disaster or their demise. Thanks for watching.